From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Providence, Rhode Island calling. Mr. Dollar?
Yes.
One moment, please. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Dollar?
Yes?
This is Dick Porter. I'd like to hire you.
Porter?
Dick Porter. I'm an insurance broker here. Bert Masterson at United Adjustment Bureau suggested I contact you.
Oh, what's the trouble, Mr. Porter?
Darned if I know exactly. I just have a client who's taking out all the insurance he can get. I may be wrong, but it looks to me like he's getting ready to die.
Oh.
Can you help me out?
I can try, Mr. Porter.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To Richard Porter, 480 Webster Boulevard, Providence, Rhode Island. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Shepard matter. Expense account item 1, $15. Airfare and incidentals, Hartford to Providence. I arrived at 2:30 in the afternoon and was in my hotel room by 3:15. At 5 o'clock, I was having a quiet drink with Porter, who turned out to be a 24-year man in the insurance brokerage business and seemed to know what he was about.
I've never had anything like this happen to me, and I didn't quite know what to do about it. I'm glad I can get some expert advice from you.
Well, I don't know how expert the advice will be, but I'll do what I can for you, Mr. Porter.
Want another one of these?
No, I'm fine for now, thank you.
I'll try to explain this matter as far as I know. 2 days ago, Dr. Shepard called me up and inquired about rates on straight life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
He's carried about $20,000 worth of policies, 10 years or better. I have the figures in my office.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him the prices for coverage, and he said he'd take $80,000, which would bring him up to an even $100,000. Now, Shepard's a single man. The beneficiary on his other policies is his mother, Claire Shepard. She lives over in Pawtucket. His only dependent. He wants to name her beneficiary again.
I see. Now, where do matters stand with Dr. Shepard right now?
I told him it'd take a few days to draw the policies up. He sent me a check for the first payment and told me to do what had to be done. I don't want to act on his application until I know it's okay.
Yeah, sure. Well, what can you tell me about Dr. Shepard?
Very little. He seems to have a good practice here in town and does his share of charity work and so on. As far as I know, he's above question. Would have to be, of course, to practice medicine here. He has an apartment above his offices, owns the building, all of his equipment.
Know anything about his friends?
No.
Now, let me understand this about Dr. Shepard. He called you. You didn't call him. He wanted to buy the insurance. You didn't try to sell it.
That's about it, yes. And that's why I'm worried. Give me 100 people, and I'll show you 99 out of that 100 who will never call up an insurance broker and say, I want to buy some life insurance.
Yeah.
People have to be sold life insurance. They'll go out and shop around for fire, theft coverage, automobile insurance, health, almost any kind. But straight life insurance, that has to be sold. On the other hand, suppose Shepard is that 1 in 100.
Yeah, it may be a perfectly legitimate situation. Yeah, Shepard may have looked into his mirror one night and said to himself, I gotta have $100,000 worth of insurance or I won't sleep a wink. Oh, yeah, it could have happened that way, Mr. Porter. But I have to think of those 99 people in that 100.
Sure, so do I. Well, here's to caution.
Cheers. Expense account item 2, $25. Deposit on a rented car, which I used the following day driving from place to place collecting data on Dr. Charles Shepard, M.D. At his bank, I was able to learn that he enjoyed what might be called a lucrative practice, and that, like most people, he spent slightly more than he made. He belonged to a golf club where he was seldom seen. He belonged to a tennis club which he managed to make 3 or 4 times a week. Questioning the pharmacist who had the prescription counter a half block from Dr. Shepard's building and the manager of a cafeteria across the street from same, I was unable to learn who Dr. Shepard's steady companions were or gain any information that would justify his puzzling application for life insurance. Hello?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I'd like to see Dr. Shepard, please.
Do you have an appointment?
No, I don't.
Well, may I have your name, please?
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar. Are you a regular patient of Dr. Shepard's, Mr. Dollar?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think I recalled your name. I've been with Dr. Shepard almost 5 years. Who recommended Dr. Shepard?
No one.
Well, Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid Doctor's out now and won't be back until late this afternoon.
Well, now, that's funny. I was standing out in front of here 3 minutes ago, and I thought I saw Dr. Shepard walk in.
Please, Mr. Dollar, he is not in to anyone.
What's your name?
Why, I'm Miss Streeter.
Miss Streeter.
Well, yes, but
I'd like to see Dr. Shepard, Miss Streeter. Here.
Oh. Insurance investigator?
Yes. Will you tell the doctor that? Please?
Why, yes, I'm sorry I had to tell your doctor was out. He asked me to say that to everyone who came in. I'm afraid the doctor's been acting strangely all day. I'm very much concerned over him. Excuse me.
The tall, pale, brunette girl in the crisply starched uniform was certainly concerned about something. She bit her lip, forced on a wan, unprofessional smile, and looked like she wanted to cry just before she disappeared beyond the reception room to seek out Dr. Shepard. I pretended not to notice that part. 1 minute passed, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. No one reappeared. So I pushed the door open, and I looked down the corridor leading to the examination rooms and laboratory. I had to notice Dr. Charles Shepard standing at the end of the corridor. Most of his costume was medically correct. White coat, stethoscope in one hand. But in the other hand, he brandished a .32 automatic. And the safety was off.
Stay where you are, mister, and get your hands up. What pocket do you keep your credentials in?
Left inside.
I'll get them. Insurance investigator. For whom?
At the moment, for Mr. Porter.
Dick?
Yeah.
Here, I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar. I guess I'm very nervous these days. Oh.
Mr. Dollar, I'd like to get your address and phone number before you...
That's all right, Corinne. Don't you think this might be a good time to go out and get a bite?
Well, it's a little early, Doctor. I have some lab tests.
Go ahead, Corinne, like a good girl, and lock up, huh?
Yes. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, goodbye.
Very fine girl, Corinne. She's been with me
5 years, she told me.
Oh. I don't know how I'm going to explain meeting you in the hallway with this in my hand.
Yes. Well, before you try, suppose you snap the safety on.
Oh, yes. I look somewhat foolish, I guess. You want to come in my office?
Sure.
You say Mr. Porter sent you...
Mr. Porter told me you made an application for $80,000 worth of life insurance. We look into things like that, Doctor.
Investigate me because I want to buy life insurance?
Yeah. You're a single man with few responsibilities.
Well, I don't know whether to be irritated or not. Am I going to get my insurance?
I wouldn't be irritated, Doctor. Put yourself in the insurance company's position. They're just not used to this kind of application. Oh, you may get it, I don't know. But obviously you're in some kind of trouble, gun and all.
Well, the whole thing is a ridiculous mess. Mr. Dollar, my life has been threatened by a man who has definite homicidal tendencies. I suppose I've been acting very strangely lately. I don't know whether to leave town or give up my practice.
All you have to do is pick up that telephone and call the police and tell them about it. A threat in your life comes under police business, Doctor.
I know that, and I would go to the police, only, well, it's a very delicate matter. I have a patient's welfare to think of.
You can't very well treat any patient if you're dead. I suppose you sit down and tell me all about it.
All right. Several months ago, I treated a woman named Forbes. A thorough examination and consultation disclosed that her poor physical condition was not based on any organic disorder, but rather upon her own emotional instability. Not an uncommon diagnosis this hectic day and age. You've heard of things like this, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, I've heard of semantics and neurotics and psychotics, but I'm not a doctor.
Well, let me tell you, the psychotherapeutic side of medicine is by far the most challenging, and one in which I've had considerable experience. Consequently, I undertook to treat Mrs. Forbes, hoping to effect a cure.
Are you a psychiatrist, Doctor?
No, I am not. Don't misunderstand me, Mr. Dollar. In the process of treating Mrs. Forbes' physical ailments, I urged her to recount a variety of experiences, talked to her from day to day, probing all the while for the source of her trouble. It has been my intention from the first to place her in the hands of a competent neurologist. I suspected her trouble early in the treatment. She's married to an erratic, ruthless, ill-tempered man, Paul Forbes.
Oh?
I made a grave error when Mrs. Forbes pressed me last week to... Well, I could only tell her to move out and divorce him immediately.
That's pretty extreme advice, Doctor.
I know, but I also know the advice was right. Oh, you aren't in sympathy with me, I can see, but let me tell you that any competent psychiatrist would have advised you the same. I approached her husband on the matter a few days ago.
What?
I explained to him that Mrs. Forbes' health, her very life, is in jeopardy, that more is involved here than just keeping intact a union which has nothing but legality as a binding force.
And Mr. Forbes doesn't care for semantics.
He doesn't care for Mrs. Forbes, Mr. Dollar. He ranted and raved and accused me of trying to break up his home, and finally he attacked me. I managed to get away.
Did he threaten you then?
Yes, he said he'd kill me.
Who else was there?
What do you mean?
Who heard him say these things?
Why, Mrs. Forbes was there, and a servant in their home. Yes, a servant. Upton's his name, I believe.
You should have called the police.
I should have done a lot of things differently in my lifetime, but I didn't call the police. My primary concern is for Mrs. Forbes. Further shock and guilt complex could be totally disastrous to her.
So are you going to creep around here with a gun in your hand?
I don't know whether I'd even know how to use it.
Now, why the application for all the insurance?
Well, I wondered if Forbes might get me. I wanted to be sure my mother was taken care of. I don't know whether anyone's ever threatened your life, and you knew for certain he'd try to carry out the threat, but that is the position I am in.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I'll think of something. But what about my insurance?
That's up to Mr. Porter. If what you say is true, I wouldn't insure you.
What do you mean, if it's true? Of course it's true.
Doctor, I don't believe it. I left him standing there in the corridor, staring after me. A lonely man. Somehow not as frightened a man as he tried to let me believe. I wondered about that. I was still wondering about it when I went to sleep that night.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the Shepherd matter becomes a matter even the police can't handle. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Oh, try Western Life down here in Corpus Christi.
Well, sure I know. How are you, Jackson?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You're all upset over some insurance problem.
Well, no, not really.
Well, don't tell me you called up just to pass the time of day and on the company's phone bill.
No, not that either.
Well, then?
Tell me, Johnny, did you ever hear of the Padre Island treasure?
I never even heard of Padre Island. Wait a minute.
Sure.
Are you talking about that long strip of sand and stuff out there in the Gulf?
That's it.
Runs down the coastline from Corpus almost all the way down to Mexico.
That's Padre Island, all 115 miles of it.
I didn't realize it was that long.
It sure is. Like you said, that narrow finger of land, sometimes a couple, sometimes 10 or 12 miles off the coast, goes all the way from here down to the northeast corner of Mexico.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's going to be so hard to find that old Spanish ship, what remains of it.
What are you talking about?
Loaded with Spanish doubloons. A lot of solid gold bullion, and heaven knows what else.
You mean you want me down there to hunt for treasure?
Among other things.
Ah, there's a hitch to it. What other things?
Pretty good bait, though, wasn't it? That treasure fish.
What other things, Jackson?
Why don't you come on down here and see?
On expense account.
That's right, on expense account.
Okay, you've asked for it. I'll grab a plane first thing in the morning.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
The Kingston Trio sings for 7-Up.
Was you ever in Quebec? Getting thirsty, mighty thirsty, loading timber on the deck, getting mighty thirsty. Was you ever in New York? Getting thirsty, mighty thirsty, loading all them barrels of pork, getting mighty thirsty. Fresh up with 7-Up, so clean tasting, fresh clean tasting, fresh up with 7-Up for a quick refreshing nip, boys.
Yes, no matter where you are or what you're doing, when it's break time, take 10 and reach for sparkling 7-Up. It's always 7-Up time, so fresh up with 7-Up.
Fresh up with 7-Up, so clean tasting, fresh clean tasting, fresh up with 7-Up for a quick refreshing lip, boys.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company office in Corpus Christi. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the perilous Padre matter. Expense account item 1, $128 even. Plane fare and incidentals to Corpus Christi, Texas. It was late the next morning when I got there. To my surprise, Jack Price wasn't at the municipal airport to meet me. So I grabbed a taxi, that's item 2, a couple of bucks and a half, to the Robert Driscoll Hotel at the corner of Antelope and North Broadway. Checked in, unpacked my bag, cleaned up, and then proceeded to walk over to Price's office in the Katz building. But as I rounded the corner onto Lawrence Street, I passed the big stockbroker's office there and...
Okay, buddy. You feel this in the middle of your back?
I feel it.
Then eyes straight ahead and keep walking. Act natural, see?
You think you can get away with this in broad daylight?
This here now 38 caliber Roscoe is the answer to that. You keep walking or I'll blow a hole in you so big you could shove an expense account through it.
Oh, please, consider my poor sick wife and 13 starving children.
You think that soft stuff will get you anywheres? You can try it on Big Nick and the rest of the mob. We don't like you Eastern hoods cutting in on our territory, see? You try any fancy capers here in Corpus, and you're going to find out that you're the Corpus, see? Now, that's a funny, so you better laugh, see? Better not laugh.
I'm sorry, Doug, but I'm weeping because you'll never make it.
Oh, sir, you cut me to the quick. I thought that was a pretty good performance in the fine old Johnstone tradition.
Johnstone tradition? And I'll tell you this, your brother Jack will never put it in the script when he writes up this case of mine for broadcast.
I'm crushed.
All kidding aside, Doug, I'm glad to see you. How are you?
Fine, Johnny, fine. But why doesn't that brother of mine let me know in advance when you're coming down here?
Doug, are you forgetting that he can't dramatize these insurance investigations for the air until after they're done and over with?
Well, I guess you've got a point there. But how'd you find out so soon?
Well, that's just the point, Doug. I didn't.
You what?
Mr. Johnstone, I will have you know that at this moment, I haven't the least idea what I'm supposed to be investigating down here.
Well, then maybe I have.
Oh?
You were on your way to Jack Price's office?
That's right. Try Western Life over in the... Why, what's the matter?
You won't find him there.
Well, where will I... Wait a minute, what goes?
Jackson Price and I have been good friends ever since I moved down here, Johnny.
I know you have.
I guess that's why his wife called me this morning to see if I knew what had happened to him. Now, when she told me that he'd phoned to you last night, asked you to come down here, well, then I wondered if you and he had gone out there together.
Gone where, Doug?
But when I thought about it and realized you couldn't have got on down here soon enough for the two of you to have gone out there together last night...
Doug, gone where?
Which wouldn't have made any sense anyway. I mean, going out there at night.
Doug.
But then, last night was the last she saw of him.
Doug, that bush you're beating around...
I know. Come on, Johnny. You and I had better round up some equipment and get out there without wasting any time.
Get out where, Doug?
Padre Island.
Oh.
Yes. And let's hope that... Well, let's hope we find Jackson still alive out there.
First major toothpaste advance since fluoride. Westbrook Van Voris announcing new Ipana with hexafluoride. Contains fluoride plus hexachlorophene. Now listen. Gum troubles cause more loss of adult teeth than tooth decay. Gum trouble is often caused by tartar. Thorough cleansing with new Ipana helps prevent this gum trouble because it helps remove soft film on teeth before it hardens into tartar. Help protect your gums as you protect your teeth. Brush as directed with new hexafluoride Ipana.
When Doug Johnstone spoke of rounding up some equipment, he meant getting hold of a beach buggy, a sort of contraption that was just as much at home on soft sand as on a paved highway. Turned out to be a Jeep with a set of the biggest, fattest tires on it I'd ever seen. Doug borrowed it from a friend of his by the name of Obie O'Brien, who was very, very curious about where we were going and why.
I thought I told you, Obie. Johnny here is absolutely nuts about fishing.
Oh? Sure, Obie. Why else do you think I'd come all the way down here to Corpus Christi?
Well, from what I've heard about you, Johnny...
File in, Johnny. We'll see you later, Obie.
Sure, but from what I've heard about you, Johnny...
From what I've heard, Obie, we ought to have some pretty good luck over in the surf over on Padre.
Well, just answer me one thing. If you two are going fishing, where's the tackle?
Oh, we'll pick up whatever we need at my place.
Oh, fishing, huh?
Well, what else? Let's go, Johnny.
Sure.
You sure you don't want me along, too?
Now, you know that three's a crowd in this rig of yours.
Oh, it is, huh?
And besides, why should I let you in the secret of all my pet spots over there on the island?
Well, okay. Okay, I can take a hint, but I don't believe either of you guys. I mean about going fishing. And I'd still like to know, Doctor...
Obie, if curiosity killed people like it's supposed to kill cats, you'd be dead 10 times over.
So what's wrong with being curious?
O'Brien, my boy, it'll only get you into trouble.
So what's wrong with a little trouble now and then?
We'll see you later, Obie.
But at Doug's house on Hinman Drive, instead of loading up with fishing tackle, he threw in a couple of long-handled shovels, a couple of Jeep cans of extra gas, a can of water, and, most important of all, he said, was an old but well-oiled 30-30 Winchester and a box of cartridges.
You'd better throw some shells into it, Johnny. I don't like toting a loaded gun in a car any more than you do, but I think we'd better be prepared for anything.
We tore on up to the north end of town, then across the new causeway to Padre Island, through the park, then headed south on the so-called highway that stretches from one end of that long, narrow, sandy island to the other. Then, and only then, did Doug tell me what it was all about. And he unfolded one of the most fascinating bits of history I've heard in a long time.
You see, Johnny, it goes back to the year 1553, when a Spanish treasure fleet, 20 ships or more, set out from Veracruz, Mexico, loaded down with more gold and jewels than you can shake a stick at.
The treasure that Jack Price told me about over the phone.
Just let me get on with the story.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, somewhere along the line, they ran into a terrific storm. That sent 3 of those galleons to the bottom, and at least 3 of them.
No wonder there's so much treasure hunting off the lower coast of Florida.
Right.
Now, some of the ships got through that storm and kept on eastward. But most of them came back westward, hoping to get back to Mexico in safety, maybe to the port of Tampico.
Tampico?
Right. Now, that's about 400 miles south of here.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow, they must have hit another storm, because 13 of those treasure ships came aground here on Padre Island.
No kidding.
Few of the survivors managed to get across from the lower end of it to what is now the Rio Grande Valley town of Port Isabel.
I see.
And the rest of them made a tasty meal or two for the people who lived on this island. Karankawa Indians. They were cannibals.
Cannibals?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Anyhow, sometime later, a salvage fleet came on from Spain under the leadership of a Don Angel de la something or other. Found most of the wrecks and took the gold off them back home.
You say he found most of the wrecks, huh?
One of them, Johnny, with its load of Spanish doubloons and bars of solid gold, is still somewhere under the sands of this island.
And Jackson has found out where?
Well, one of Jack's clients, a young fellow named Jose Pineda, found a chart in the false bottom of an old wooden chest he was about to throw out.
Here on this island?
Yeah, according to this chart, it was from one of the treasure ships, and... Hey, wait a minute. Whose car is that?
Huh?
Parked there at the side of the road.
Probably just a breakdown. There's nobody around. Go on.
Yeah, well, now this chart I was talking about called for taking bearings on a Spanish dagger plant. And the other markers were an old anchor and 3 heavy brass spikes. All of them, no doubt, buried in the sand. But now, with dagger plants around here by the thousands...
Yeah, I wondered about that. Go on, though, Doug. This buried treasure bit's getting to me.
Well, you're not the first, believe me. Anyhow, back in the 1840s, a man who'd settled here on the island, he was digging around. He uncovered a chest full of jewelry and gold coins worth over $80,000.
And that was before inflation.
Right. But the Civil War came along, brought a lot of naval activity in these waters. So the old man buried all the stuff again and fled up north.
And?
Later, when he came back to look for it, well, he never found it again.
And nobody else has, huh?
Oh, there's lots of stories, Johnny. But until young Jose Pineda found that chart...
And then found the wreck?
That's what I'm not sure of. Jackson Price is the only one he told about that chart. Swore him to secrecy, at least until Jose himself could dig around a bit.
Well, how come you know about it, Doug?
Well, Jose equipped himself with all sorts of modern detecting apparatus, some kind of combination of radar, sonar, a new type of mine detector, all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then, early last week, he told Price he thought he'd found something.
Yeah?
Yeah. Told him he'd be back to Corpus day before yesterday morning at the latest, pick up Price, and the two of them would come down here and dig it up.
I see. Go on.
Only Jose was worried about something. About the man he bought some of his equipment from, a fellow named Tony Larker, kind of a beachcomber in these parts.
You thought maybe this Larker had gotten wise to what he was after?
Well, that's what Jackson thought, too. Anyhow, yesterday morning came, and Jose Pineda still hadn't shown up. Jackson got worried.
I don't blame him.
So he looked all over for Tony Larker. Couldn't find him either. That's when he confided in me. Told me that he was coming down here for a look around.
Well, did he tell you exactly where?
Well, only approximately. So keep an eye out for Price's beach buggy. It's an old Model T that he's rigged up. I sure hope he's all right. He's found Jose okay and...
Hold everything.
Yeah?
Up ahead there on the right, back that big mass of yuccas.
Hey, you're right. Now, you've got good eyes. That's his beach buggy, all right. Hang on, Johnny.
Kind of a deep hollow in that sand.
Yeah, it's an old treasure hunting spot.
Look, Doug. Somebody's working in it. I caught the flash of a shovel.
Well, thank goodness. That means that Jackson's okay.
Skirt around that big mound on the left.
Right.
Looks a little smoother over there.
Yeah, no sooner said than done. Hang on. Hey, you were right. This is a lot better. It's a better approach to that hollowed-out spot, too. Only...
What's happened to Jackson? Where is he now?
Well, his buggy's still there.
Slow down a minute, Doug. Shouldn't Jose Pineda's car be out here, too?
Yeah, you're right.
You sure it was Jackson in that hollow?
Well, who else could it have been?
Well, why did he duck out of sight when he saw us coming? I don't like the looks of this.
He's shooting at us. Let's get out of this thing and around to the back of it.
I'm way ahead of you.
Mister, that bullet through the windshield was too close for comfort.
Wait a minute. I can just reach that old 30-30 in the back without making a target of myself. There it is.
Be careful, will you?
Stay down.
Johnny, I don't get it.
I'm afraid I do. That isn't Jackson pulling off those shots.
Well, it certainly isn't Jose Pineda. I know that he would. Larker. Tony Larker.
Sure. If there really is all that treasure out here, if Jose and Jackson found it, and if Larker found that out...
Where are they then, Jose and Jackson?
Let's just hope they're still alive. Hot, tired, thirsty.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. You've made iced tea, and oh, what a beautiful flavor. Oh, what a beautiful flavor in new instant tender leaf tea.
Just take a spoonful of instant tender leaf.
1,
Add cold tap water.
2,
Load it with ice.
3.
You've made iced tea. New instant tender leaf is 100% pure tea. Richer, brighter, livelier tea. It's made right from the juices of ripe young tea leaves. Instant tender leaf brand. Make a pitcher full.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. You've made iced tea, and oh, what a beautiful flavor in new instant tender leaf tea.
What we do, Johnny? With only a couple of sand dunes and a few Spanish dagger plants between us, we're like sitting ducks for Larker.
As long as we don't get out from behind this Jeep.
Hey, that one hit one of the tires. You hear it?
Yeah. There goes another one. All right, Doug, if he wants to play at war, we can too.
You mean try to shoot it out with him?
First of all, if I can reach one of these shovels in the back, we'll dig ourselves in.
Huh?
Then, sit here and wait for darkness, which isn't too far away now.
Yeah, and then?
Well, there are two of us, Doug. Maybe if we handle it right, we can surround him. You feeling brave, old boy?
Johnny, I'm just as scared as you are.
Okay, then. Let's map out our plan of action. We didn't have to wait for dark. Old Mother Nature suddenly stepped in and gave us a hand with one of the quickest, windiest, wettest thunderstorms that ever came up out of the Gulf. Doug and I separated then. He with that 30-30 rifle, me with the only handgun that I always carry. In the darkness, he circled wide to the right, firing an occasional shot in the hope of drawing the fire and the attention of Larker, there in the protection of that big hollow in the sand. Most of the light now came from the lightning, and I ran and stumbled over the dunes through the clumps of yucca. Then as I got close, got down on my belly, as I was about to make the sneak into the hollow. Oh, no.
Johnny! Johnny! Larker's got away!
I heard him take off in Price's car.
Only thing we can do is go back to our buggy and...
Those tires.
Yeah. How are we going to get... Hey, Johnny, look. Did you see them?
Two of them down there in the hollow. Come on. Jackson.
Johnny.
Jack. What happened here? That bullet crease on the top of your head.
Larker.
All right, Jackson, take it easy now.
But Jose...
Yes, I see. Judging by those bullet holes, one in the chest and one in the head.
It was Larker.
Yeah. Looks like a murder case now.
But what happened, Jackson?
I met Jose on the road. His car had broken down early this morning.
That was the one we passed a couple of miles back, Johnny.
Yeah.
I should have recognized.
Go on, Jackson.
Well, he'd found the treasure. Was on his way back to get me and some shovels, and...
He found the treasure here in this hollow?
No. I don't know where he found it. But that's when we saw Larker prowling around, keeping an eye on us.
So to throw Larker off the track, you and Jose started digging around here in this hollow.
Yeah. But then Larker came up to us with a gun. He shot Jose, and I guess this one on my head knocked me out. I don't remember anything.
till you came. All right, Jackson.
Now, one thing, Jackson, before we got out here. Do you know where Jose found the treasure?
Well, that's something he's going to tell to me.
What?
Larker. I know. Watch it, boys. Just drop those guns in the sand.
Johnny?
You better do it, Doug.
Well, okay.
So I fooled you, huh? Taking that buggy away from here and then coming back on foot?
So you fooled us. Well?
Too bad, boys. The both of you. So now I gotta kill you. The both of you.
Larker, listen.
You listen. Price is gonna stay alive long enough to tell me where his pal Jose found the treasure. I know it ain't here because I dug down and looked for it.
Larker, if you think for
You'll
1 minute...
tell me all right. After you've laid out here in the sun for a couple of days.
Did I say that I know where it is?
What, are you trying to bluff? Now, just shut up. But you two, the both of you are gonna die. You ready?
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, no. You want it first, huh? Okay, you're gonna get it right now.
Obi!
What?
Stay away, Obi.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Try this. Oh, and this.
Grab the gun, Doug.
You bet I will.
Oh, Obi. Thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure, Johnny.
Whatever brought you sneaking up on us in the rain this way?
Well, doggone, I told you guys you should have let me come out here with you. Had a terrible time tailing along in my other car without you seeing me.
Oh, Obi, you did all right.
Yeah, but what do I get for all my trouble? Soaked to the skin and a handful of sore knuckles. Oh, that Larker's tough, Johnny.
Well, he's not nearly as tough as the sentence he's going to serve. I'm afraid the secret of its location, there on Padre Island, died with Jose Pineda. Unless, of course, somebody happens to find out where he hid away the chart. But you can bet your bottom dollar there'll be plenty of people looking for it. Maybe even Jack Price and Obie O'Brien. As for Doug, he says he's had enough of it. Expense account total, including a suit of clothes for Obie and a couple of new tires for his Jeep, $485 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism, and you've never tried mentholatum deep heating rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the dirtiest rackets I've ever had to deal with. To say nothing of the man behind it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Louis Van Ruten as Doug, Larry Haynes as Tony, Maurice Tarplin as Price, and Lawson Zerby as Opie. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Stuart Metz speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Good morning, Mr. Dollar. I do hope I didn't wake you up.
I was already up, Mrs. Preeny.
Mrs. Well, how did you know?
I recognized your voice. What can I do for you?
Well, I know you'll think me terribly forward, but I have to see you, Mr. Dollar, right away.
All right, I'm in room 22. Come on up.
Oh, good heavens, I couldn't possibly do that. After all, you're a man, and I'm...
And you're a woman. Mrs. Preeny, I'm sure you haven't come into town this morning to play footsie. So let's both relax and forget about the fact that...
This is a small town, Mr. Dollar, and you know how people talk here.
Yeah, I know. And what are they talking about this morning?
Well, the murder, I suppose. And, Mr. Dollar, I've got to see you right away. I've done a horrible thing, and I'm ready to confess.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Shady Lane, Vermont, to the Home Office, Star Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Shady Lane matter. Expense account continued. Item 10, 55 cents, a cup of coffee for myself and a pot of tea for Mrs. Sarah Preeny. She considered the hotel lunchroom an innocent enough place, and I met her there 5 minutes after she phoned my room. It was Mrs. Preeny who'd brought me into the case by writing the anonymous letter to the insurance company. Ellen Bates, a farm wife with no known enemies, had been shot to death. Mrs. Preeny, her best friend, had implied in the letter that Ellen's own husband, Ben, was guilty. And I was inclined to agree with her. Ben was the beneficiary of Ellen's $10,000 life insurance policy. There seemed to be no other motive, unless Mrs. Preeny was about to confess one.
She didn't do it, Mr. Dollar.
Who didn't do what?
That girl. She didn't warm the teapot. For 2 cents, I'd send it back and make her do it right.
Well, I'm a little pressed for time, Mrs. Preeny.
Oh, I'm not going to do it, really. I just said that. I wouldn't want to attract attention under the circumstances.
You mean the fact that I'm a man and you're a woman, and apparently the twain hadn't ought to be meeting, in Shady Lane, at least.
Well, people will talk, you know. And I didn't want Martin to know.
Why not?
Well, then he'd want to know why. Of course, I'd have to tell him, and, well...
Well, as a matter of fact, Mrs. Preeny, I'd kind of like to know why.
Well, it's... Oh, this isn't easy for me to say, you know.
Well, let's have a try at it anyway.
It's about that letter that I wrote to the insurance company that I didn't sign my name to.
Yes?
It was a terrible thing to do. Just terrible.
In what way?
Why, those things I said about Ben. Mr. Bates, I mean. Insinuating he might have had something to do with Ellen's death. Her murder, I mean.
You made some fairly definite statements, Mrs. Preeny.
They weren't true, Mr. Dollar. But I'm telling you the truth now. I know Ben didn't have anything to do with Ellen's death.
Mrs. Preeny, there were some other things you implied to me, too, you know.
Yes, about him and Millie Wells that works at the Shady Lane Cafe. I said they were carrying on before Ellen was killed. I made that up just to hit out at him.
Why?
I don't know, really. Ellen was wonderful, and I just loved her. But sometimes I'd get to thinking that... Not that my Martin isn't a fine man, you understand. Steady, reliable. You know, you've met him.
Oh, yes, I'd say your husband is quite steady and reliable.
I didn't want you to think that I was saying anything against him. But life on a farm isn't easy for a woman at the best, Mr. Dollar. Sometimes she gets silly notions, I guess.
What sort of notions?
Oh, a woman's human. She wants a little warmth, understanding. That's all. Nothing more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I think I do.
But Ben Bates, well, he didn't even look at me. Didn't see me. That's all I wanted. Just for him to look at me. But he didn't do it, Mr. Dollar. Not even once.
I left her sitting there in the stark, bare wooden booth in the lunchroom, sipping her prim cup of cold tea and trying to hide a red-faced confusion behind the shreds of decent dignity. Constable Bramler was right. Scratch the surface of Shady Lane anywhere, and you found a human passion just beneath the skin. Good morning, Constable.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Dollar. Sleep well?
So. How's Grody Hawkins?
Still asleep, back there at his cell.
He admits stealing that squirrel gun from Ben Bates' mantle the week before Ellen was shot, and claims he sold it to Martin Preeny the week after the murder.
Yeah, so by his own admission, the gun was in Grody's possession the day of the killing.
But Grody claims the gun is rusty and hasn't been fired in years.
Yeah, whether it's rusty or not, Grody didn't kill nobody.
Have you been out to the Preeny farm yet to pick up the gun?
No, figured you might like to do that yourself. You can use my car if you want to. Cost you another $3, though.
How did you make a living before I came along?
It wasn't easy. Traffic tickets, mostly. New turnpikes are going to stop all that, though. Misses the town complete.
Along with Ben Bates' farm, huh?
Yeah. Too bad they didn't stick to the original survey. Made that place of his worth something, maybe.
And it might have saved his wife's life.
Still beating that dead horse, eh?
Oh, Ben Bates was up against the wall. A worthless farm, mortgage for $7,500 to Martin Preeny, a strong sense of moral obligation to pay it off, an invalid wife who would never get well, with a $10,000 policy on her life.
Murder ain't in Ben's nature. I've told you.
Then whose nature is it in? Mrs. Preeny's, maybe? She came to see me at the hotel a little while ago.
You don't say so.
She wanted to explain why she'd lied about Ben.
Uh-huh. Reckon 'twas because he wouldn't pay no attention to her.
Who told you?
Figured it out. Reckon Martin ain't too easy a man for a woman to live with. Too straight-laced, tight-fisted. And Ben right next door that way, fine-looking young fella. Her running in all the time, taking things to Ellen. Bound to want to be noticed. Yeah, it's the nature of a woman.
What about Ellen, Mr. Bramler? She was your niece. What was her nature?
Ain't so easy to figure your own kin, Mr. Dollar. Reckon 'twas just her nature to be a victim, kind of.
I drove slowly through the early morning countryside, lush and green, still moist from the night dew, and not yet touched by the heat of day. Farm after farm, snug and smug and safe. But Ellen Bates, a woman who never harmed anyone in her life, had lived on such a farm. Yet a bullet had crashed through the window and found her. I'd left the car parked in the yard and walked on up to the porch. The door opened before I had a chance to...
Oh!
Good morning, Mrs. Preeny.
You surprised me, Mr. Dollar.
Is your husband at home?
Yes, he's in there working on his accounts. I was just going to take some strawberry preserves to Mrs. Thrasher up the road. She hasn't been feeling too well.
Sorry to hear it.
You're not going to say anything to Martin about... Well, you know, what about...
I wouldn't think of it, Mrs. Preeny.
Thank you. I have to take these preserves to Mrs. Thrasher. You just go right on in, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, thanks. Mr. Preeny?
In here. Come on in.
Sorry to bother you this early in the morning.
Oh, Mr. Dollar. Just finishing my accounts for the fiscal year. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, unless I've been misinformed, you bought an old squirrel gun from Grody Hawkins a while back.
That's right. It's hanging there over the fireplace. Quite a bargain, unless he stole it someplace.
As a matter of fact, he did. From your neighbor, Ben Bates.
Then I'm out the price. I'll take it over to Ben this afternoon.
Mind if I take a look at the gun, Mr. Preeny? I'm trying to check up on Grody's story.
No, go right ahead. I'll just finish this total while you're at it. Then we'll have time for a chat.
He went back to the ledgers on the table in front of him, and I reached up and took down the rifle, down from its hooks above the mantel. Grody had told the truth. There was rust in the barrel and breech. The gun hadn't been cleaned nor fired in a long time. The hooks over the fireplace were old and rusted, too. They'd been there for years. And suddenly I knew.
Find what you were after, Mr. Dollar?
I found more than I was after. I found out who killed Ellen Bates.
Grody Hawkins?
No, not Grody. And not Ben Bates. Even though he is named as beneficiary of that $10,000 insurance policy.
What do you mean?
It was somebody who stood to profit even more than Ben did from that $10,000.
Who?
Somebody who made a $7,500 loan out of kindness. That alone should have tipped me off, Mr. Preeny. As Jed Bramler says, it wasn't in your nature.
My nature?
But of course it wasn't kindness. At the time, it was good business because a turnpike was planned that would make the farm worth double the loan. But the road fell through and you were stuck with a worthless farm, unless Ben could get money to pay you. I imagine that's when you started thinking about murder.
Are you accusing me of murder, Mr. Dollar?
Those hooks over the mantel have been there a long time. Where's the rifle that hung there before you bought this one from Grody Hawkins?
There might not have been one.
The neighbors will remember.
Let me just put down this final total. Well, I had a good year last year. Very good year. I doubt it's going to be that good this year. No regrets, Mr. Dollar. It's like farming. You take risks on drought, frost, insects. Sometimes you make a mistake and lose. I knew I'd made a mistake the second I pulled that trigger. After that, it was just a matter of time. The gun is buried out behind the barn. I'll get my hat.
Item 12, $94.35. Incidentals in Shady Lane and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $186.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Next week, a diamond, a huge one, the Star of Cape Town. A piece of ice that should have been kept on ice. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. It is written by Les Crutchfield and produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Jeanette Nolan, Forrest Lewis, Shirley Mitchell, Will Wright, Bert Holland, and John Daner. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino and Carl Fortina. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.